Well, good morning, my fair feathered friends. How are we this morning? It's Wednesday. Let me know if you have a slide, Dawn. Coffee is heavenly, thank you. Good morning, Carl, Claudia, Darla, my beloved, and Fern. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a most amazing day? It's Wednesday. I'm too loud today. Of course I am. How's that? It's Wednesday. I'm having lunch with my daughter Brenda and my daughter Cassie. Cassie's in town. In fact, I'm going to be picking her up at the airport and whisking her off to have lunch with Brenda. It'll be a ton of fun. Really looking forward to it. Makes it a fun day. Fun, fun. I'm all about fun. And Cassie's here till this evening, so Dawn will drive her to the airport later this evening, and it's going to be an awesome day. Looking forward to it. And then tomorrow, I have a call tonight at 6 o'clock my time with the Internet Reseller Club. And then I have tomorrow, fairly quiet day, and just a call tomorrow night. And then Friday is crazy day. Friday, Bennett is coming for the day. And then Brenda and Curtis will be here for dinner, Bennett's parents. And then Sydney and Ryan, our daughters Sydney and Ryan, and their two kids, Elise and Tristan, so Tristan and Bennett are the two boys born the same day, are all coming for dinner. It was Elise's birthday Sunday, so we're celebrating her birthday on Friday and having dinner with everyone. And then Brenda and Curtis and Bennett will go home, and Sydney and Ryan will go home, and the two little ones are staying overnight. So we'll have Bennett all day Friday, and then we're going to have the two little ones, Elise and Tristan, overnight Friday, and for the day, we'll have them for the day Saturday. So that's going to be fun. Looking forward to it. So I'm really looking forward to Sunday. I can just tell you guys right now, I'm really looking forward to Sunday doing nothing. So I'm looking forward to Saturday night too. Well, I'm not sure what time the kids will be home Saturday. Sometime around dark, I would assume, or before dark. I have no idea. It's an all-day hike they're going on, and I'm excited that we're able to help out, and they can go and enjoy themselves, and it's going to be fun to spend time with the two kids. Having them over like that, I've come to realize that when we have the kids here at our house, it's different. They get to experience us in our environment. They get comfortable with us here, and it's pretty cool. Going to Renaissance, well, that sounds lovely. I've always been delighted at the prospect of a new day, a fresh try, one more start, with perhaps a bit of magic waiting somewhere behind the morning. Doesn't that sound like a delightful quote? Let me say that again. I've always been delighted, and I have, at the prospect of a new day, a fresh try, one more start, with perhaps a bit of magic waiting somewhere behind the morning. Every day is an opportunity to do it again. In fact, every moment of a day is an opportunity for you to start again. So if you find yourself in a position where perhaps you've reacted to an experience in a way that you recognize you may want to change. Maybe you reacted in a negative way. And when we recognize those things, we can say, next time, if I were to experience that again, I might do it differently. And that's really important. It's really important to recognize that maybe sometimes our reactions are not in line with our purpose, which is, what's our purpose? So sometimes our reactions are not in line with our purpose. And our purpose here is to love and to be happy. We're on page 224 of the book. It's a different page if you have the soft cover. Smile for no good reason. So I have not written the first chapter on my book yet, but when I meditated today, the first chapter got written, or I should say the organization of the chapters began. So the book started coming together during my meditation, but there are my stories I'll be writing. Do small acts of kindness and your big problems won't be so big. Has anyone found that? Have you found that if you can do small acts of kindness for other people, it feels so good that you don't even think about your problems? A rule I've noticed in life is people with many big problems don't do very many small acts of kindness. Little acts of compassion don't seem to be a part of their lives, like stopping for kids to cross the street and smiling at them, or helping a neighbor with a project. However, people who do small acts of kindness from the heart don't have many big problems. When problems do arise, they don't seem to be quite as insurmountable. My father told me the following story. There had been a hurricane in Hawaii that devastated many of the beaches and sea life. In one spot, hundreds of starfish were strewn across the sand. A man in his early 50s was slowly walking along the beach, picking up single starfish and carrying them to the sea. A younger man approached him and suggested that he not waste his time, saying his efforts would not make a difference to such large devastation. As the older man placed another starfish into the sea, he said to the younger man, "Made a difference to that one." I think we're all of an age where we remember when we didn't recycle, yes. And I remember when recycling became a thing. And they started talking about if we all recycled. And I remember, seeing a piece of paper and thinking, is that really making a difference? And then I thought, if every single person in the world picked up one piece of paper, imagine how many pieces of paper would be picked up. And from that moment on, I began picking up pieces of paper. Dawn and I do often. If we see garbage laying on the side of the road and we can pick it up, we do. If we see, we're walking in a store or walking somewhere. Now, I will say there are some things I won't pick up, like underwear. We were out for our walk last night and the night before. I give us credit, 2 nights in a row we've been out for our walk. And there was, the day before yesterday, there was something on the road and we looked and I thought, oh, those are underwear. And yesterday when we went out for our walk, they were now on the side of the sidewalk. And I thought, oh, well, at least somebody moved them. Ew. Obviously, nobody wanted to pick them up. But they will get picked up by somebody. I know that for sure. They will disappear. I'll let you know when. In every act of kindness, there is the seed of healing the world and ourselves. Every small act of kindness brings purpose and meaning to the moment. Attitudinal healing recognizes that as we heal, we are healed, and as we give, so shall we receive. Every moment affords you the opportunity to do this, even when you have big problems. The best way to get rid of a life of big problems is to practice small acts of kindness. And it is very true. Now, the key, it is true to practice small acts of kindness, but the key here is to practice them without expectation of receiving something in return, but simply knowing that you're doing it from the heart. When we give from the heart, when we do from the heart, it's never with expecting something in return. Do we all understand that? We don't do something for someone else and then say, oh, I do so much for them all the time, they've never done a thing for me. They may never do a thing for you. May not be where it comes from. Do you understand that? When you give to other people, you receive in other ways. So it's not about receiving in kind. I'm always the one out there doing for everyone, and they never do for me. If that's your attitude, I give too much. It's because you have expectation that when you're giving to that person, you're expecting them to return the favor. And it's in giving without expecting a return of the favor, and yet knowing that your favor will be returned in kind. You just don't know where it's going to come from. Does that make sense? I think that's pretty brilliant, don't you? Did you write that down? It's very true. When you're giving, it's not about, well, yes, I'm going to do that for you, but in the future, I'm going to, I'm keeping score. That's what it is. I'm keeping score. I got a board on my wall, back here on my wall. I have a board, and on there I have your name, and I did this for you, and so then I'm waiting, because in the future, I'm going to be coming. I'm coming for payment. I'm going to want that to be returned. I used to be that way. Not for any reason other than that's just what we knew. But as I keep saying, once you learn something, you can't unlearn it. Once you know something, you can't unknow it. So if you are not using this information, then you're using excuses. Am I right? Well, that's it. Claudia, that's exactly, there's a great example, like with your daughter, doing, and expecting her to be a different person because of what you were doing. And that's where our expectations have to change. I mean, I've gone through a big learning curve with all this stuff with my daughter, and it's been really quite phenomenal. I get it. I get it. Learn to be with yourself. One of the first things I had to learn to do as I grew up, as I became more knowing, as I started understanding life, was learn to be with myself more. Learn who I was, be honest with me, because isn't that where it starts? It doesn't really matter what you're doing out there. Be honest with yourself. If you are always honest with yourself, everything will fall into place. Many people are so busy attending to the details of their life that they don't know how to be with themselves. With so much to do and so little time to oneself, spiritual thirst often goes unrecognized for what it is. Depression, anxiety, and boredom can be symptoms of an unanswered call to a spiritual path. I have found the things people say they want the most are positive relationships, good health, and personal power and self-esteem. There's a great deal of time and money spent pursuing them. Unfortunately, the most important and natural first step to achieving these is often overlooked. Spending reflective time with yourself. Conflicted relationships, low self-esteem, and lack of peace of mind are all indicators that you need to be spending contemplative time with yourself. Yet often people don't do this because they believe they should be spending all of their time fixing problems. You cannot be powerful and be afraid of who you are. When you are afraid, the most you can do is control. Though many have come to believe that this is power, it is not. Authentic power comes from knowing your connection with all it is. When you spend reflective time with yourself, you discover this power. Power is knowing that God loves you. This knowledge will change your whole world. That's not to say that knowing yourself and your connection with God releases you from the challenges and pains of living, but it does give you an anchor and a compass during the storms. The anchor is faith and the compass is hope. Hope and faith help us to envision a positive outcome, even during trying times. I know of nobody with strong hope and faith who does not spend time with himself in reflection, prayer, and meditation. A positive life comes from having hope and faith, and hope and faith come from spending reflective time with yourself. The first person to spend quality time with is yourself, in quiet, with God. This is the foundation and source of all else that you want. This is getting in touch with the universe. This is feeling source, whatever you want to call it. That connection we have. We were watching, Don and I are Star Trek fans, and I had never really watched Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and so we have started watching the entire series. And last night was really cool because this episode, we're watching Deep Space Nine, I'd never seen it, and the episode was this planet that came in and out of time. So it went to a different dimension. And it knew when it was going to do it, and what the problem was that we're going to do the last page in a second. The problem was that the time was shortening, so they would go away for 60 years. And when they came back, the time was shortening how long they were back. And so their colony was shrinking. And the people from Deep Space Nine helped to stabilize their whatever energy field so that they could stay longer when they came back. And what they talked about was when they were in their dimension for 60 years, because that was the cycle. They went there for 60 years. And it used to be they came back for 60 years, but something had gone wrong, and so they weren't staying as long. And so their colony was shrinking. But when they were on the other side, they were not in human form. They were energy. They were consciousness. And they spoke of it just as we speak of consciousness, of the universe, of source. It was fascinating and really quite intriguing to because the one character was going to leave Deep Space Nine and go to this other planet. They fixed her molecules so that she could transition with them, and then something happened and she was not able to. They had to beam her off of the planet because she was causing the transition not to work. And before she went with him, before the planet changed, when because she'd fallen in love, and the fellows, because she said, well, we're not going to be together like this for 60 years. He says, yes, but we will be together in a way that is unexplainable. And that is the energy of source, as I see it. Okay, you ready for the last chapter in this book? Tomorrow and Friday we'll read from something. I haven't decided yet. I'll pick something. Choose one person you know, one person you don't, and do something kind for them. And don't let them know it was you. My hope is that here, at the end of this book, you are finding your heart open and that you have a deeper understanding for attitudinal healing. The best way to ensure that the lessons and experiences of this book continue to grow is to practice the principles in your daily life. If ever you can't think of a reason to smile, know that the solution is with you always. Extend love. If you want to smile from your heart, do something that is incredibly kind with no emphasis on recognition. Share kindness, compassion, and understanding with those you know and those you don't. And include nature. This is all you need to do to smile. May we all smile upon each other and know we are loved. Well, I have to say that this has moved to the top of the list as one of my all-time favorite books. Definitely. What do you think? Wow. Choose one person you know, one person you don't, and do something kind for them. And don't let them know it was you. One of the exercises was it in East Cubed, or it might have been in Ask and It Is Given. Anyway, I remember one time we took $5 bills I think it was $5 bills. And we put a sticky note on it. I have a picture somewhere. We put, it might have been $20 bills. I think it was $5 bills. And we put a sticky note on it that the universe loves you. Smile, the universe loves you. And we dropped those $5 bills randomly in places, in different stores. Obvious, they were obvious. Some were not so obvious. Some were inside a book. So if somebody bought a book and took it home, they would open it and find a $5 bill with a note that says the universe loves you. It was fun imagining what people thought when they got that, when they picked it up, when they saw it. It was fun to think about that. It was fun to do. It really was. I'd like to do it again. We'll have to do it again, Dawn. Because that really was an extremely fun exercise. You know, I think we left one on a car, like on the windshield wiper, just a $5 bill with a note stuck to it. The universe loves you. Try it sometime. Oh, I suspect I'm going to be reading this book a lot. We may read it again here. Principle number 1, the essence of our being is love. Love releases us into the realm of divine imagination, where the soul is expanded. Love allows a person to see the true angelic nature of another person, the halo, the aerial of divinity. And whatever the problem is, love is the solution. And that's really all you need to know, isn't it? It's the first 2 pages of the book tell you everything you need to know. The essence of our being is love, and whatever the problem is, love is the solution. I love you no matter what. Takes on a whole new meaning, doesn't it? Remember where the magic is. It's inside of you. Well, I know we're a bit early, but how about we go into our meditation, and what would you guys like to meditate to today? I have a fun day ahead of me. Looking forward to it. I have a bunch of things to get done before then, which is cool. Any preference on meditation? Carl, Claudia, Darla, Dawn, Fern? We have Abraham. We have Lori. And we have our Zen 12. Just the one, the intro. Level 1, which is a really cool one. Anybody out there? I've put you all to sleep, haven't I? Don wants to do the Zen 12. You guys all up for that? It's really, I wish I could share the rest of them with you guys, but I got to tell you, the level 9, I had such an experience this morning when I was doing my Zen 12. I've been, you know, I struggle sometimes to stop and do the things I need to do for me because I get hung up in everything I'm doing here. I love what I do here, so I'm always doing it. I have to stop and smell the roses. Anyway, so I've been stopping just here at my desk and sitting in my chair to do my meditation. And today, I was sitting in my chair, but my chair wasn't there. Does that make sense to you? So like I could feel the presence of being in the room, or of being here, of being present, let's say, but there was nothing around me. There was nothing around me. It was really cool. Zen 12 it is. It's pretty cool. And you know what, while I'm at it, let me grab the link to that, to the Zen 12 meditations. I think it's like, I don't know, 47 bucks or something silly. It's really not expensive. But I got to tell you, you get 12 months of meditations, plus there's relaxation meditations. There's PDFs. There's all kinds of stuff that you can get access to. So let me give you there's the link to the Zen 12 meditations. And let's do a Zen 12 meditation today. Well, we've got to find it. There it is. All right. So here is the link if you want to listen to this anytime. You know, I really recommend that you use headphones so that you can get the reverberation. I would love to know, in fact, maybe I'll plug my headphones in. No, actually, I don't have headphones that work on here. I would love to know if, so maybe I will plug them in, if that works for you, if you hear the reverberation, if you have headphones plugged in. Let me plug mine in. That should do it. And we'll see you guys back here in about 12 minutes. Enjoy. Oh, did I copy that? Here we go.
Hello and welcome to Level 1 of the Zen 12 meditation program. And so now, let's begin our meditation together. Close your eyes and take in a deep, cleansing breath in through your nose. Hold it for a few seconds, and then let it out slowly through your mouth. Good. And as you continue to breathe in and out, slowly and deeply, I'd like you to picture yourself on a sandy beach at the water's edge, bending down now to pick up a stick. And I'd like you to write the number 377 in the soft sand with the stick. That's 377. And then you can let the waves just wash it away, taking your stress away with it. And next, the number 376, as you draw it now in the beautiful sand, and let the waves wash it away again. That's right. And with each deep cleansing breath, you allow your body to relax even more, taking you further and further into wonderful relaxation, going deeper and deeper into this beautiful meditation together. Now, write the number 375 in the sand and let the waves wash it away, taking all the tension out of your body, helping you to relax your whole body, washing away your worries now, keeping you calm and peaceful and serene and tranquil now, and just enjoying the feeling as you continue to breathe in and out, slowly and deeply. That's good. Feeling good. Now, as we begin our meditation together. you'll start to feel more and more alert. And when I reach the number 1, you'll be completely awake and feeling revitalized. Starting now at 5, coming back to wakefulness. And 4, beginning to slowly come around now. 3, waking up gently, no worries, no stress, everything feeling so easy. And 2, still feeling completely relaxed, more focused, more creative, more in the zone. And now 1. Open eyes, wide awake, totally refreshed, and ready to enjoy the rest of your day. This was a great meditation.
So did you plug in your headsets? I'm curious if who here listened to that with their headset? Because with the headset, you could get the reverberation, the thump, thump, thump in the background. As soon as I plugged mine in, did you hear it, Fern? Yeah, Gary, Darla, Claudia. All right. Did you guys hear that thump, 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 thump in the background? You hear it right away when it starts. That is part of the Zen 12. Okay. And really the meditation itself is pretty phenomenal, but that's in the background and it's doing something to your brain waves, to your synapses, and so Dawn, I suggest tomorrow or the next time we do the Zen 12, plug your headset in and listen to it, or I can let you listen to them on the phone. It really, I don't know, gets into your soul. I love it. A little challenging to do the 9 or 10 minutes of meditation without speaking, right? How many of you find I just disappear? That when he starts talking again, I'm just like, wow, unbelievable. That was 12 minutes gone, right? Yeah, pretty amazing. It just, I don't know, 12 minutes, like, and you're supposed to, whether it is or not, it's supposed to be like meditating for an hour. I just know that I feel amazing. You just think about how good you feel, like your body, you can feel the energy as you're focusing on that breathing, as you're, he gets you into that state when you start, which is pretty cool. And then the music, there's always something that brings you back because there's different music, there's different nature sounds. This one is a lot of the waves, which are really nice. The level 9 is a beach. You're really on the beach, and the music it's just it's different. I'm really enjoying level 9. It's almost over. I'm anxious to see level 10 floating along the shoreline. Doesn't that just, it's amazing, isn't it? 12 minutes isn't as long as an hour. Nope. It's 12 minutes, and we can all find 12 minutes. We can all stop for 12 minutes and shut everything off for 12 minutes. That's not a long time. I'm going to get you to the link to that again, because you have to purchase them. It's not, that is the introductory Zen 12. And the reason that I purchased it was because I was so intrigued with that 12-minute one. I thought, I really like this. And I liked the idea that every month is a new meditation, right? So now I'm on level 9. On October 1st, I will start level 10. It's really cool. And that's what I do is I do it each month. I move up to another level, and I download them on my phone on Dropbox. So I open them and save them to my desktop. I could just open them right on my phone. It would work that way too. But I like them on Dropbox because then I can listen to it on my computer or on my phone, whichever one is handy. But you can access them directly from online. They make it easy. All 12 of them are there. You have access right away to all 12. There are also relaxation meditations that are 12 minutes. There are PDFs. There's a lot. That's right. Well, they're all available to you in the back office. You choose which level. So you start with level 1, and then the next month you go to level 2, and then the next month, if you choose to do that. So there's the guided meditation like we did today. There's also a relaxation meditation. And I remember I did that one day, and I was waiting for him to talk, and he didn't. And then it was over, and I'm like, oh, I clicked the wrong one. I had clicked on the relaxation one, not the guided meditation. And so what the goal is that you do one for a month. Like if you were to sign up for it today, you could start month 1 today and do it till the end of October. And then at the 1st of November, you go to level 2. And in between that, you could do the relaxation one and the guided meditation, but they're each at a level that you do for a whole month. So what it's doing is increasing your brain activity. Let me move forward here. Let's do our affirmation. Alrighty. Before we do it, let's take in a couple breaths together. On the count of 3, you're going to take a big breath in, pause, smile, and then exhale. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Big breath in, smile, and exhale. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in, smile, and exhale. Whoa. I get shivers right through me when we do that. My ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. My potential to succeed is infinite. I am where I am and it's okay. And from where I am, I can go anywhere I want. Do you believe that? I am where I am and it's okay. I am where I am because I am where I am. This is where I am. And from where I am right now, I can have, I can do, I can be anything I choose to be, do, or have. And the more that I practice this, the more I practice smiling for no good reason. Simple things that you can do to get happy now. Simple things to turn on your happy button. Simple things you can do to enter your happy hut. I am where I am and it's okay. That's step 1. I am where I am and it's okay. Say it with meaning. I am where I am and it's okay because I am where I am. There's nothing I can do about where I am. But what there is something I can do is change the way I feel about where I am and look forward to going wherever I want to go. And a lot of that comes from learning to be with yourself. Well, if we're not always striving to get better, why are we here? That's what it's about. It's about understanding that I am where I am, and circumstances are what circumstances are. How I respond and react to circumstance is everything. And remember, as we said at the beginning, principle number 1. The only principle you need to know. The essence of our being is love. And whatever the problem, love is the solution. And sometimes it starts with loving ourselves. Because sometimes that's a challenge, isn't it? Because we've been beat on all our lives. We've been told we're failures. We've been told we'll never strive to be anything. We've been told all manner of things. We've been told we could never do it. And so it's a struggle to love yourself because you don't feel worthy of love. And so the only person who can really open that door is you. You can recognize that you are so worthy of love. Hello, you can love yourself. Hello, I love myself. We are all the best at everything we're doing right now. I am where I am, and it's okay. From here, from this place, I can be, I can do, I can have anything I want. And that's all I need to know. And I can accept things into my life, and I can go forward with a positive attitude. I can go forward with love. I can learn to love myself and be confident in the fact that the only thing that matters is that I love myself. And that I learn to, for me personally, all right, for me personally, my personal mission in life is to be as kind and happy as I can be and inspire kindness and happiness in others. That's my mission in life. And it all starts with me. It all starts with me learning to be a happier person. Gary says, I agree with what Janet said there about I am where I am, and that's okay. However, I want to add that there is better out there, and I want and deserve it. But there's a different way to say that. I am where I am, and it's okay. And yes, I can dream anything I want. I've always had that ability. I just didn't know it. That's why it's okay. That's why I am where I am, and it's okay. And now I am open to learning more about who I am, more about my purpose in life, more about what turns me on. Because the more I work at what turns me on, the more fun I have. The more people I attract, the more fun I have. The more I do what I love doing, the more fun I have. The more fun I have, the more prosperous I am. Carl says, I'm open to know more about myself. Learn to be with yourself, Carl. Happily, not critically. Let's recognize when we're being critical of ourselves or others. That is the magic right there. Yeah, Dora the Explorer. Seriously. When you open yourself up to be curious about everything, Dawn and I went for a walk last night, and we wanted to track a path because it's nice to be able to just put your shoes on. Let's just go, this was a 17-minute walk, which is, a couple thousand steps or something, and 2,500 steps, just a nice walk. We could do it twice if we wanted. But as we were walking, I said, you know what the nice thing about this walk is it's simple. We don't have to really think about it. It's safe. It's just fairly direct. And every time we take the walk, it's going to be different. There's going to be different vehicles. There's going to be different foliage because it's fall. Well, right now it's going to change every day because every day the trees are going to lose their leaves. The trees that are green are going to turn yellow. And, it's that time of year. And then winter's going to come, and we're going to have good days and bad days. So every day is a different walk. But we know how many steps we're getting. We're getting that exercise in, and that's important, isn't it? And we're doing it together. We're having fun, and we're walking just enough to keep our bodies in shape, to keep our lungs in shape. So we're walking fast enough to get some benefit from the walk. We're getting the steps, and we're eating healthy, and it feels good. I know I feel better. I'm only going to assume Dawn feels better because I know that when you start doing those things, you feel better. When you start taking care of yourself, everyone around you benefits. And taking care of yourself means taking care of yourself physically and spiritually. Taking care of yourself is learning to smile for no good reason. Taking care of yourself is learning to have those happy buttons always turned on. Always. Buttons, happy buttons, always on. Always on. Carl says, I think many people stop exploring and analyze, more need to go back to childhood where we explored. Well, and I mean, that's really what it's all about, because as a child, we just went and did things. I watch our grandchildren, and they just try new things all the time because they want to try new things. And unless somebody's telling them don't try new things, they want to try new things. Bennett is very apprehensive, but he likes to try new things. He just likes to somebody else to try it first. It's really funny. And he likes to watch them do it, and then he analyzes it, and then he'll do it. Tristan, on the other hand, he will try everything. He's gone. He just goes. And, you know, he spent the weekend with his dad last weekend. They went for a hike. He's 3. He goes for 3-4 kilometer hikes. Pretty phenomenal. You know, it's just, they're wonderful kids, but to watch them just explore however they want to explore, and watching them do things that feel good, and when they don't feel good, they just want to get back to feeling good. Mummy, that hurt, make it feel better, make it go away. Right? That's really the only time, or when they're hungry. It's really funny to watch the kids watch Bennett on Fridays when, you know, he's here all day having fun, and then when his mom shows up, he turns into a little monster as Bennett can be, but it's pretty cute. Darla says, I used to walk to Tony Robbins tapes that were music, did it on my breaks and when I walked to warehouses. Yeah, I mean, listening to motivation while you're walking is good. I'm going to recommend that you guys go for a walk and don't listen to anything. Listen to nature. Look around at nature. Look around at the different foliage and in people's yards, how they're being in touch with nature. You can tell how, you know, there's gardeners and non-gardeners. It's fun. Yeah, we say hi to people as we're walking, and it's, you know, we smile and say hi, and for the most part, people smile and say hi back. It's cool. We are all the best at whatever we do, okay? Remember that, is that you need to get in touch with yourself, all right? Spend time with yourself. Learn to be with yourself. We get so busy doing for other people and doing things and worrying about what other people think. Heaven forbid that other people have opinions. Let me remind you to look in the mirror and remind yourself you have opinions too. And we need to recognize we have opinions, and we need to work on changing some of them unless they benefit us and others. Is what you're doing benefiting yourself and others? Is it? I do what I want to do, not what other people want me to do. Well, you know what? If what other people want me to do is something I want to do, then it's a lot of fun. If what other people want me to do is something that needs to be done, I will do it gladly. If someone else wants me to do something and it's not something I want to do and it doesn't need to be done by me, then I won't do it. Right? So it's not really a cut and dried thing that I do what I want to do, not what other people want me to do. It's about, you know, because sometimes other people want you to do something that you kind of, you know, need to do. Sometimes we have to just suck it up. And the key is to do it gladly. I love that, Darla. She started waving to people walking by. Absolutely. Or to people driving by, we do that too. As we're driving, we'll wave to people. They look at us like, huh? But you can tell it makes their day. It really does. Little things, okay, my friends? The little things. Remember the little things. So take that with you today. Have an amazing day wherever you are, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going. Make it a good one. What will I play for you today? There we go. This is for all of you. Join me here tomorrow. I'm not sure what we'll be reading. It will be a surprise. See you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Love you all.